seated. All right, the defendant is here, the attorneys are here, the jury is all accounted for in the jury box. Members of the jury, you heard the direct examination of Detective Frizzle. Now we're going to start with the cross-examination. Mr. Shoki, Detective, would you, Frizzle, would you step forward? And I would just remind you that you remain under oath.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay, very good. Again, I know you've investigated this matter quite a bit. I'm going to start at the beginning, the timeline, and try to stay in some of the logical, chronological order for you. Fair enough? Okay, so going back to October 27th, 2014, you're at work, and then Terry O'Donnell comes in and says basically that Mr. Regan's missing. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And you're on your way out the door, so you hand this investigation over to Ms. Barrett, is that correct?
Yes.
And from your brief discussion with Ms. O'Donnell, you find out that Mr. Regan worked at Oldenburg, is that correct?
Yes.
And you apparently knew Laura Sartori, who gave her a phone call, is that correct?
Yes.
And through that, that's when you first heard the name, that's when you heard the name Kelly Cochran, is that correct?
Yes.
So the first time you heard that name.
When Laura Sartori called me back in September about the welfare check on her, that was actually the first time I heard the name.
Okay. Probably the same for Jason Cochran then, or at least in reference, maybe not by name, but at least in reference to there being a husband to Kelly, correct? That being back in September then, the welfare check, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, this welfare check first came into your department. However, you weren't sure if it was going to be within your jurisdiction, if it was within the city limits, so you called the sheriff's department and asked them to handle the matter. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And again, the reason for this welfare check was some comments that Kelly had made to Laura Sartori. Kelly doesn't show up for work the next day, and that caused some concern from Ms. Sartori, apparently. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Now, you asked the Sheriff's Department to take over that matter, and then on October 28th, you requested assistance from Michigan State Police on this current matter. However, you remain the primary investigator in this case. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Now, I think you said, first of all, when we talked about this, you described your department, it's a small department, fair to say?
Yes.
And I think you used the word understaffed on Friday. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yes.
And small doesn't mean bad, it just means you might not have a whole heck of a lot of resources. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Does the Iron River PD, have they investigated homicides in the past?
Yes.
How about, has that presented any particular issues with resources or the ability to investigate at all?
As in this situation, in the past, also we've asked for the assistance of the Sheriff's Department and the Michigan State Police as well.
Okay, so you asked for help, basically.
Yes.
And, I don't know if it's even possible, but can you ask another agency, the Michigan State Police or the Sheriff's Department, to take over the entire investigation?
Yes.
And have you done that in the past?
Yes.
In homicide investigations?
No.
No? Just think about doing that here.
At one point.
And when was that point, if you remember?
It was in December of 2014. A couple of the detectives from the state police that I worked with, we did have a discussion about all I had on my plate, I guess, and allowing them to take the case over.
Now, going back now to October 28th, I believe you were pretty busy that day preparing, probably executing some various search warrants. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And while that was going on, I think we heard from Trooper Brackett, the Michigan State Police was over talking to Cochran. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they were able to obtain a telephone from Kelly Cochran. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that was brought to the Iron River Police Department. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, did Trooper Brackett or Trooper Bellinger indicate that they had any trouble getting that cell phone from Kelly Cochran?
No, they had a waiver that she signed allowing them to have
So she cooperated.
it. Yes.
Now, when they brought this phone to your office, did you have the opportunity to discuss this matter with Troopers Brackett and Ballinger?
Which part?
How their discussion with the conference went? Did you have an opportunity just to sit back and say, have them talk to you about what had occurred over there at the Cochran residence? On October 28th, when they brought the phone?
Are you talking about after the interview they conducted with the Cochrans?
Correct.
We didn't talk about them getting the phone. That was just presented to me. I was quite busy working on search warrants and different things. As far as their interview, I was actually in the other room and I was listening to the interviews as they did them with the Cochrans. And we did have a brief discussion about the interviews.
Okay. Did they share any first blush impressions of what they thought was happening here, what was going on?
The only thing I can remember is Detective Ballinger coming out after she conducted her interview with Jason Cochran, and what she actually said to me was that she didn't think Jason was capable.
Did not.
Right.
You also viewed on Friday afternoon, I think it was during Exhibit 57, if I have my notes correctly, you reviewed some film from the BP station over in Iron River, correct?
Yes.
And again, was that on or around October 28th of 2014? Do you remember exactly? Well, I shouldn't say exactly. Roundabouts when that was?
Yes.
When was it roundabouts then?
I believe I viewed that on the 29th.
Okay, so the next day perhaps.
Yes.
And again, we saw that up on the screen. And what I saw, what I was looking at was there's an individual that pulled up in the car, got out, and put gas in his tank, correct?
Yes.
And it was up in the upper, I guess it would have been the upper left corner of the screen, is what we were looking at?
Yes.
Okay. And again, were you able to see that gentleman's face at all?
No.
No? Do you see any kind of license plate on the car?
No.
So you saw a guy pull up and again get gas, and you assumed to be Chris Regan, correct?
Yes.
And used Chris Regan's credit card to buy the gas, correct?
Yes.
But again, there's no distinguishing characteristics that we saw to see that it was actually Chris Regan. Would that be fair to say?
The jacket that the individual had on in the video was identified by a couple of different witnesses as being a jacket that he had, that he owned.
Okay.
So I guess there was an identification with the jacket as well as the car,
Okay.
credit card.
Sure. Now let's go to November 10th of 2014. Again, we saw part of the interviews that you did on that date. Again, this was the first time that you had actually made contact with Kelly and Jason Cochran on November 10th of 2014?
Yes.
Okay, and you first met them up at their home, correct?
Yes.
And you asked them to come down to the Iron River Police Department to be interviewed, is that correct?
Yes.
And can you again explain, can you tell me their demeanor first when you arrived at the home? How did they act when they first saw you?
I believe Jason was laying down or something upstairs. Kelly had me come in the front door, and I went into like the living room area, and Jason then came down, and I just discussed with them that I had watched their interviews with the detectives. I had a few questions and wondered if they'd come down to the office and speak with me, and they both agreed their demeanor was fine.
Both came willingly, correct?
Yes.
And in fact, Jason drove down in the same vehicle as you, came down with you, is that correct?
Yes.
Did he talk about anything in the car with you? Did he make any particular discussions that you recall?
Yeah, we had gotten a lot of snow. We were actually getting a pretty good storm that day, and I know we talked about the weather a little. I think we may have talked about ice fishing a little. I can't really recall the rest of it.
Nothing of substance, correct?
Yes.
In fact, if I remember correctly, I think we did get quite a bit of snow that particular time of year, that year or so. Yeah, and then Ms. Cochran came down separately in her own vehicle, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, I want to talk about the interview you got with Jason Cochran. You know, first thing, I mean, it's not just at first, but at some point you talk to him about any previous contact that prior to this event that he had with law enforcement. Do you remember talking to him about that?
Yes.
And do you remember what he told you?
He said that he got in trouble in school when he was younger for smoking marijuana. I'm not sure if he actually had law enforcement contact then, or if it was just a school issue. And then he talked about how there had been unpaid medical bills that they had, and that the police had shown up at their place with a warrant for these medical bills.
You say their place, you mean the Cochran home, correct?
In Indiana, yes.
That's my next question. So in Indiana. Now, he also talked about the infidelities that Kelly had subjected him to. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And did he tell you how he found out that Kelly was cheating on him? Did he tell you what the circumstances behind that were?
He said that he had seen some messages on her cell phone at one time and knew that there was approximately 3 different men that she had been talking to.
Okay. There was a Ken he mentioned, correct?
I'm sorry?
A Ken? He mentioned a gentleman by the name of Ken?
Yes.
And he told you he saw a message from Ken, pretty much asking Kelly out on a date. Would that be a fair assessment of what Ken and Kelly talked about?
There was discussion about a date.
Okay. So how did Jason react to seeing that message? What did he tell you about his reaction?
I think he said he was sad.
You say he cried?
He may have.
And there's some other men as well that he saw some messages from on Kelly's phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
And at some point he said that Kelly put a passcode or a password on her phone so he couldn't access the phone anymore. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, I told you about his hospitalization and what he'd been going through mental health-wise in September of 2014. Do you remember that portion of the discussion?
Yes.
And what did he tell you?
He said that he had been having depression and felt suicidal, and that he needed to get some help, or he was afraid he was going to kill himself.
Okay. Hey, did he talk about a particular way that he'd go about killing himself?
Yes, he talked about walking out into traffic and getting hit by a car.
Okay, they talk about maybe also jumping off a bridge.
Yes, he did.
Now, to your knowledge, did he ever make any kind of step towards that plan of walking out in traffic? Did he ever say, well, I came close to doing it, or I darn near did it? Is there any time that he mentioned something like that?
Yes, he did. He gave an example of walking out into traffic and getting honked at a couple of times.
Okay. Was there any particular time frame that something like that happened?
I think that was right before he went into the hospital.
And when you say the hospital, you mean I believe it's called St. Mary's over in Rhinelander, correct?
Yes.
And he was at a mental health facility over there, correct?
Yes.
Did he tell you about his time over there at all? About what his treatment was like? Or if Kelly came to see him at all while he was over there?
As far as Kelly going to see him, I believe he told me she had brought him some clothes when he was there. I don't think there was any other discussion. That was what I can recall of her coming to visit. While he was there, he did tell me that, once his medication got regulated, he started to feel better.
Okay. Well, changing gears a little bit, but still within that same interview, he also talked about the Apple Blossom Trail, correct?
Yes.
And he had to take walks on that, is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that for those of us who don't live in Ireland. What is the Apple Blossom Trail?
The Apple Blossom Trail is a walking trail that it's been there for maybe, 7 or 8 years approximately. It starts downtown on Genesee Street, so kind of right downtown near the pizzeria, near the American Hotel, and it will run kind of parallel with the ORV grade all the way to Caspian.
Okay. So, and if you know this, let me know. But about how far would it be from Caspian, where the Cochrans lived, to downtown Iron River on that trail? If I were to walk, how far would I be walking?
From their house?
Sure.
Leaving from their house and going downtown, I approximated it close to 3 miles.
Okay. Now, I know when I may go up to the school up there at the top of the hill, there's a big old hill you gotta climb up in your vehicle and drive up that. Is there any kind of steep grade on that trail at all, or?
No.
Okay. So, and Jason told you that he liked to go for walks on that trail and perhaps go downtown, the little library, things like that, correct?
Yes.
Did he tell you about a particular time that he just happened upon Kelly's vehicle part of outside of an apartment? Did he tell you anything, a story about that?
Yes.
Tell us about that, please.
Actually, it was from my reviewing of the state police detective's interview with Jason, where he talked to them about coming upon his wife's vehicle at Chris Reagan's apartment. So when I interviewed him, I was kind of wondering how he came to be in that location, because, you know, he had talked about places he would visit when he walked the trail at Iron River, such as the library or Holiday gas station, maybe Angelie's, Mr. T's, which are all east of downtown. So when I interviewed him, I asked him how it was that he came to be walking in the area of Chris Reagan's apartment, which is west of downtown. You know, surely it was my opinion he would remember what he was doing at the time, why he was on that side of town. So I kind of asked him about that, and he really wasn't able to recall exactly what he was doing that day, just that he ended up on that side of town, saw his wife's vehicle parked outside the apartment. He believed it was Chris Reagan's.
Yeah. And again, what did he tell you about his reaction to seeing that vehicle parked outside of that apartment building?
He said that he was sad, that he put his head down and walked home sad.
Did he allude to any other times that perhaps he'd be looking at parking lots to see if he could see the truck there?
Yes, he talked about other times where the defendant would tell him she was going walking and would say she'd be in a certain area up in Caspian, and he would check to see, and actually said he did see the truck in that location.
Okay. Now, we saw a video clip of it. It's kind of hard to hear, but during the interview you had with Jason on, again, November 10th, 2014, you fair to say that he did not remember threatening Kelly before going to the hospital?
Yes.
No, he didn't deny that didn't happen. He said, I didn't remember it happening. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And towards the end of the interview, did it seem like he was happy to be there still?
In the interview room?
Or just in general, to have him come on down and talk to the police officers? You seem happy about it?
Well, I really can't remember. He was willing to write a statement out for me at that time, and I can't remember his demeanor. It obviously wasn't a drastic change that I can remember.
Did you ever say he felt like he was being harassed by law enforcement?
He did. He did say that.
Yeah. So your recollection, was that on that day as well, or?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to call your attention to some documents you have in your hand. I see you have your glasses. I appreciate that as well. And that is the timeline of Kelly Cochran's phone calls, I believe, during the 26th. You somewhat familiar with that document?
Yes.
And again, I think you read from it a little bit on Friday when we were there in court here. To your recollection, when did you get this document? When were you able to see this record of the text in and out? Was it around the time of November of 2014, or sometime down the road?
I don't believe I had this when I interviewed Jason and Kelly on November 10th of 2014.
Again, can you approximate when you got this, just for my records?
I'd be simply guessing when I say December, probably December 2014.
Okay. Now, I'm going to call your attention again. It's marked, first page, top page is marked page 124. And I'm going to call your attention, for example, to, it's number 30, where it says call on outgoing 1025 to, and there's a number that says aren't. You see that there?
Yes.
And then there's a blank spot where a message would be, perhaps. See that blank spot?
Yes.
So, and if you thumb through here, you'll see that there are perhaps other spots where there are not messages, correct?
Yes.
So this is not a complete, definitive, 100% everything that was said between Kelly and people on her phone. It's just a rough approximation.
Right.
And again, if you don't know, tell me you don't know, any indication what would cause these blank spots here?
These were deleted text messages that were actually retrieved through the extraction process. And, I was told before we even sent the phone in that definitely wouldn't be getting all of the messages retrieved and a possibility of a certain percentage of them only.
Got a pretty good handful, fair to say.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to call your attention now, and again, it's kind of goes backwards from the logical order you read things, so if you just bear with me a little bit. I'm going to call your attention going back to about page 153. Let me know when you find that page. Okay, and then going to page 152 after that. Starting on page 153, I want you to look at the top message, which is 112.1. Do you see that there?
Yes.
Okay, can you start reading that message and then go on to page 152 for a little bit, then I guess I'll just tell you stop. So let's just start from the top of 153 to the bottom of 152. Can you read those messages for us, please?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the date as well?
That'd be great, please, if it's incoming or outgoing.
So this is an incoming call or text message to Kelly's phone on July 27th, 2014, which says, "By demons."
Okay.
Outgoing from Kelly's phone after that message was this text that says, "Shall I take a pic of the demons?" And incoming to Kelly's phone was, "Real demons do not show up in pictures." Incoming again to her phone, "You twisted so you are the victim and you lied to me all the time." I don't know if this was related to that message or those messages. Outgoing, "FYI, I'm headed to the dollar store and taking videos back." Outgoing again, "You called me a slut when I'm not one. That makes me the victim." Incoming, "What videos?" Outgoing from the store, "They are behind my seat." Incoming, "Maybe if you loved me ever, you would have acted like my wife and put me before the things that you do that hurt me." Incoming also, "You left early to take them back the other day. What happened then?" Outgoing, "Need anything?" Incoming, "More papers."
Okay, that's good, thank you.
Okay,
And again, that's all from July 27th, 2014, correct?
correct.
Now again, we don't see, and I guess it'd be the fifth column over where it says who that phone call is incoming from. There's no number listed there, correct?
That is correct.
But again, there's reference to, maybe if you loved me ever, you would have acted like my wife, correct?
Yes.
So we can presume at least that message came from Jason. Would that be a fair assessment?
Well, I know it came from Jason.
You know that came from Jason?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know that despite the fact that there's no number listed in this sheet of paper here?
Because I went to the Verizon and AT&T records to see who was texting back and forth at those times on that day.
Okay, excellent. So that discussion back and forth that we read was between Kelly and Jason.
Right.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to have you now refer to page 149, please. And I know it's lengthy to do this, but again, let's say the jury's some reading time down the road.
Okay.
Can you start maybe 3/4 down the page at number 995 and basically go on up to 968, please?
To which one, I'm sorry?
At 995 start, please.
Okay. This is on September 9th, 2014. Outgoing message, and quit going through my shit. Incoming message. I need to trust you, please help. I am tired of feeling lied to. I know you keep showing me your new friends are more important. Incoming again. Anything for them. Will I have to beg to use our truck or I have to walk? Incoming. Work shirts get picked up today. Incoming. I can leave at 3:30. Are you coming right over? Outgoing. I'm leaving at 2. Outgoing. He approved next weekend for me, surprisingly. Incoming. Then it looks like you have a nice little vacation to look forward to, with a smiley face. Incoming. Not cool. Outgoing. What is not cool? Incoming. Come up with something good. Dr. Klein said he did not see you yesterday. I also talked to Brandy. I have to ask you why you are doing this. Incoming. Don't be mad at her. She should not have to lie. Outgoing. Did you talk to my hubby? Incoming. Want to tell me about those steaks? Incoming. Or who you ate them with?
Did you go on to page 148? And again, that's a little tedious, but I know. At least it seems that they're double open messages, so it's only half as bad as it looks on paper. Could you do that entire page of 148, please?
The entire page?
Yes, please.
Incoming. Yes. Outgoing. Not good. Did he call you? Incoming. Who? Outgoing. Art. Outgoing. Brandy told me already. Outgoing. I told you I didn't eat. Incoming. I don't know if you hung up or I lost the cell call. We can talk more after work. Outgoing. You hung up. Outgoing. I'm tired of your crazy, jealous meanness towards me. Outgoing. Can't take it anymore. Incoming. I was ranting when I noticed I was on the phone alone. Incoming. I am done fighting. You put me in my place. I am your bitch. You will lie and I will keep loving you. Outgoing. Stop doing this to me. I'm no longer happy and have asked you to stop hurting me. Means giving me a hard time before and during work. Incoming. Tell me one more time that you were where you said you were. Incoming, please. Outgoing, why? So you can say I'm lying? I'm done talking, fighting, and being stressed out. Incoming, so I can put it behind me, please. Incoming, I said please. Outgoing, and so did I. You question everything. I'm tired of explaining my every action to you. Outgoing, I just wanted you to tell me one more time, please. I want to drop it.
And then just a handful more on 147, starting at the bottom and going to record 922, please.
Which one? 9?
Start 928 to 922, please.
Outgoing. Oh, you won't drop it, you never do. Outgoing, I'm about to drop it all if you can't be good to me. Incoming, I have to get cash first. Incoming, 130 is fine.
That's good, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And finally, one more little section won't be asked, and I have to use that one, I promise. Can you go to page 137, please?
Okay.
You start at the bottom of record 539 and read all the way up to record 523.
Incoming, I still love you. Please stop lying to me. Incoming, you went to lunch with another guy again. I'm sorry, the date is 9/16 of 2014.
Thank you.
Outgoing, don't do this. Incoming, come home after work, help me. Incoming, I cannot take it. Incoming, come home after work, no men for lunch, please. Incoming, the guy in the cast said I was not the only guy trying to date you. Incoming, please don't go back to those apartments, you are married. Incoming, that was not the first time you were there. Outgoing, if you can't be good to me, don't exist in my life. I'm done crying before work each day and being called names all the time. Incoming. Please come home after work so I do not have to come find you. I do not want to have to knock on doors and you know I will. Incoming. Be my wife and life will be great. But that means not going out with other guys at all. Incoming. You promised me you would stop. Incoming. Was that a lie also?
Thank you. And again, in the column where it says it's from, there's a number of my husband, Quack, correct?
Right.
Okay, so that discussion back and forth on 9/16 was presumably, or if you know, was between Kelly and Jason, correct?
It was.
All right. And I don't think I asked you about the previous discussion as well. Was that also between, that you read? Did you, was that between Kelly and Jason as well?
There were parts of the other discussion that involved Chris Reagan as well as Art Johnson.
Okay. And there's a mention to a brand as well in there,
Right.
correct? Okay.
Yes.
But some portions of that at least were between Kelly and Jason, correct?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I want to go now back to 11:10 briefly, and when you talked to Kelly Cochran, remember that interview?
Yes.
Okay. And you talked to her about if Jason ever victimized her, is that correct? Remember that portion of the discussion?
Yes.
Okay. And then she said, basically, nope, nothing like that happened, correct?
Yes.
However, did she allude to a point where Jason perhaps had thrown some lawn furniture when he got angry?
Yes.
Okay. What did she tell you about that?
I asked her if, he had been angry towards her, if you've ever heard her, and she had said no, that he had never done that. However, she did recall to me a time where they were arguing outside and he picked up a piece of lawn furniture and threw it at her.
Okay. So, based off your discussions at that time, did you have any thoughts on whether or not she had actually been abused or not by Jason?
I wasn't sure at that point.
No opinion one way or the other?
No,
Okay. We're ruling it out then, obviously. Is that fair to say?
that is true.
Now again, I don't know if we mentioned on Friday, if we did, it's been a while, so I may have forgotten, but how long have you been involved in law enforcement?
22 years.
And presumably during that time, you've come to a scene where there's been an alleged domestic violence incident, is that correct?
Yes.
And have there ever been a time that, in investigating that, they talked to the alleged victim that they were not forthcoming?
Yes.
Does that happen quite frequently or commonly in your experience, or infrequently?
I wouldn't say frequently, but it happens occasionally.
Okay, so on occasion.
Yes.
Now moving on to November 19th of 2014, believe that you brought Jason's cell phone back. Does that sound familiar to you? Bring it back to his home?
Yes.
And again, you were able to speak with Kelly and Jason at that time, is that correct?
Yes.
Where were they when you were speaking with them? Were they together? Were they apart?
They were in the front porch area of their residence.
Were they both standing there at the same time, or did one come and go as?
They were both standing there, I believe.
Okay. And how was their demeanor at that time?
It was a very short, very few words were said, but definitely tired of me coming around.
Okay. So they made it known that they weren't too happy to see you, would that be fair to say?
Yes.
That time, I believe Kelly handed you some keys, is that correct?
Yes.
And she gave those to you willingly, correct?
Yes.
Did you have any kind of search warrant those times demanding that she do that, or she just handed it over willy-nilly like that?
I asked her for Chris Reagan's apartment keys and she gave them to me.
Okay. Let's talk about moving along here. This first search of the home on March 5th of 2015. Prior to that search, Kelly had come down to the Underwood Police Department to talk to you, is that correct?
Yes.
And I believe she'd come down to confirm that the handwriting on the post-it note was Mr. Regan's, is that correct?
It looked like his to her, like his handwriting is.
Okay. But again, she came down knowingly, correct?
Yes, she did.
And then at that point, it was mentioned that a search was going to happen at her home, or at some point a search was at that point as mentioned, that search is going to happen at her home. Would that be fair to say?
No,
No?
no.
When did she find out about the search happening?
When I showed up at her door.
Okay, and again, how did she react to that search?
Really expressionless, emotionless about it.
How about Jason?
Same.
Now, during that search, weren't happy, but they were nonetheless cooperative. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And again, I believe you testified on Friday that Kelly pointed out that they own guns. Is that correct?
Yes.
Actually pointed out the revolver and said where you can find it, correct?
Yes.
Now, also at that time, you seized an E-machine computer, correct?
Yes.
You've been in court, sitting next to me, so I know you've been here. You heard about Wes Smith talk about the extraction on that computer. You remember that testimony from last week?
Yes.
And again, and that was the computer, the E-machine computer that Mr. Smith was talking about, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And again, based off his testimony, that was a computer where they found that someone had visited some tracking or GPS websites. Is that sound familiar to you?
Yes.
Okay. Now, on March 27th of 2015, you came back for a second search of the Cochran home. You remember that?
Yes.
And that's when you found what's been marked as Joint Exhibit 70A. I call it Jason's book. I think we call it Where Monsters Hide. Do you remember that?
Yes.
You read that book to us on Friday, correct?
Yes.
And again, it's not really a book. It seems more like an outline of chapters and ideas for a book. Would that be fair to say?
Can you repeat that?
Sure. It's not a book. It's more of an outline for a book. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
There's chapter headings. There's maybe some notes.
Yes.
Relatively short, correct?
Yes.
And again, I believe when I looked at it, if you recall, did not say at the bottom of one of the early pages by Jason Cochran. You remember seeing that?
No.
No? But is it possible it said that?
I guess.
Okay. And again, he later confirmed that it was his handwriting in that book, correct?
Yes.
There's no one's denying that he was the one that made those writings. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
When you first read that, what was going through your mind when you were reading that?
I guess I was thinking that this is a troubled individual and that I was trying to, I guess, kind of figure out who these people were, if they were fictitious or, or not. I guess that's...
Fair enough. Now, going down to April 15th of 2015, there was a phone discussion between you and Kelly. Do you remember that?
What was the date?
April 15th, 2015, I believe I have that right.
April 16th?
Maybe I don't have it right then. But there was a phone discussion between you and Kelly where you asked her, mid-April 2015, they asked her to submit your DNA sample. Do you remember that phone call?
Oh, that was on the 15th,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
That one.
So, but that phone call then occurred on April 15th, 2015.
Yes.
And Kelly said, no, I'm not going to give you a DNA sample. Is that what happened in that phone call?
She said no.
Do you know the circumstances of that phone call? Do you know where Kelly was when she was on the other end of the phone?
Well, I called Jason's phone and left a message, and for Jason, actually, she called back from Jason's phone. And no, I don't know where she was at the time she made the call.
It's Jason's phone. Do you know if Jason was standing right there next to her while she's on the phone with her?
No, I did not know.
Now, you put out the date April 16th. Did Kelly call back a day or two later after this initial phone call and volunteer to say she would give a DNA sample?
No, I'm sorry. I was relating to 2016 phone call.
Okay. But to your recollection, there was no phone call within a day or two after April 15, 2015 that Kelly called back and said, you know what, sure, I'll give you a DNA sample.
No.
Okay, thank you. Now, you also, around that time, I have my notes, April 17th, 2015, there's a phone call between you and Jason asking about a DNA sample. Is that correct?
I would have to review my report on that one.
Okay. Do you have your reports up there?
Yes.
Okay. I know there's a lot of dates to go through, so.
Can you tell me what's up now? No?
No?
Okay, yes, I've located that.
Okay, tell us about that interaction, please.
I believe this was on April 21st, and I spoke with Jason because from a different number. He had placed a call to the prosecutor's office earlier, and I was given that number. So I did call him and asked him if he had received the message I had left on his phone previously. And his response was, no, she didn't. You know, making it sound like she didn't tell him I called about the DNA. So basically, you know, he tells me that their attorney said that I would need to get a search warrant for the DNA collection, and he was not willing to give DNA.
So there was mention that you had talked to a lawyer who was not cooperating. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
Thank you. Well, I want to turn your attention to your actions with David and Todd Saylor. And you testified that Friday that you got some reluctance about contacting them. You weren't sure how they would react. You remember saying something like that on Friday?
Yes.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
I had some past history with the family, and they're not, you know, my opinion was not maybe a fan of law enforcement. I wasn't quite sure what they thought of, you know, what was going on. So I just, you know, when we were up doing things around the area, a couple of them would be outside kind of, you know, watching what we were doing, and never volunteered to come over and say anything. So I just kind of gave it some space and some time, and just kind of see what happens.
Okay. And at some point, there was some discussion about David taking a recorder and recording his phone discussions with Kelly and Lisa Cochran. You remember testifying about that on Friday?
Yes.
And again, you testified also that, well, you reviewed the, I can't say tape, but the recording, that you could only hear David talking on that recording. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
And again, you said that wasn't very helpful because you couldn't hear anything that Kelly or Jason was saying. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, have there been times, though, where you maybe heard half the discussion and maybe could cobble together at least some basic understanding what people are talking about? Have you ever had an experience like that you can think of?
Yes.
Okay. So perhaps there might have been something there that could have been helpful. Would that be fair to say?
While he had the recording device, you know, he would still keep in contact with me almost daily for a little while about, you know, their discussions, and mostly it was Kelly that would call him. But he actually had even told me that at this point they weren't talking about Chris Reagan or the case at all, and he had fear about even bringing that up. He didn't want to come across as, you know, he was trying to help the police in any way. So I knew ahead of time that there was no discussion that would have any evidentiary value to this case. They talked about Indiana apparently and jobs and things like that, but nothing related to the case that would have been any use to us.
Nonetheless, you didn't turn that over to the prosecutor's office, would that be fair to say?
That is true.
Also, there were some texts that were, I believe, photocopied. I believe David Saylor talked about going in, but not necessarily talking to you, but cop came in and made sure the officers would text back and forth and put on a copy machine and make copies. Remember that testimony?
I do.
And again, were there any times that you saw copies of those texts?
No, I did not.
Okay. So you don't know what happened to those or where they are or what's going on with those? Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Now, unless I missed it in the report, I didn't see anything in the reports. If I missed it, I apologize. I didn't see any mention of David Saylor being given a recording device or that him coming with texts. That I know you've got them there. I don't necessarily want you going paging through, taking a bunch of time, but is there any point in your report that you point that to and say, Mike, you missed it? You see anywhere there that, or I just perhaps overlooked it?
I don't believe I put that in my report.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you being honest about that. Is there anything else that you may have omitted or failed to put in the reports that you have in front of you that comes to mind at this point?
Anything that I would have omitted, like intentionally?
Well, anything else that you basically said, no, I'm just not going to put that in the report?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. All right, let's move on from that. Looks like back in May of 2015, I have it again on around May 17th, that we had a K9-1 here, correct?
Yes.
And it's a HRD. It's a human remains dog, if I get that right. Is that correct?
Yes.
Some people call them cadaver dogs. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Now, I know you probably don't necessarily have any experience, any expertise in this, but do you at least, through your experiences, have any kind of basic understanding how these dogs work? If so, can you tell us?
Just from the time that I did spend with them, and I would say maybe a handful of times with different human remains dogs. And they did talk a little about their training, and basically these dogs are trained only with human remains. So basically they wouldn't alert on animal remains or anything other than human blood or DNA.
Okay. So I'm probably oversimplifying it, but if we have the dog in here and it alerts by sitting down, it's because there at some point had been a human blood or human remain in the vicinity. Would that be a fair thing to say?
I think I'm not an expert on that, but
I understand, but from your understanding, would that be fair to say?
yes.
Now again, if you don't know this, please tell us that you don't know. Would the dog indicate any stronger, would it act more excited if the remain was fresher? Again, if you don't know, tell us you don't know.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay. On this particular time, this K9-1 dog was here, and I believe your reports indicated that the dog did not indicate inside the Cochran home. Is that fair from what you observed on that day?
Yes.
Okay. And when the dog was being run through the home, was it brought into the basement as well?
Yes.
And again, it did not. How does it indicate? Does it sit down? Does it bark? Does it scratch on the ground? How did it?
And from the trainers and what they conveyed to me, if a dog gets a scent of human decomposition, they will do certain behaviors, and they call it behavior. It could be for some dogs the way that their tail is raised, or just certain action that they make that would. The trainer and the dog work together. The trainer knows what each dog is different. As I would imagine with that. If a dog indicates a stronger smell or a source, as they would call it, the dog would actually sit and indicate source.
But again, in the Cochran home, including the basement, there was no indication, correct?
That is correct.
Now outside, however, there were some indications outside the east entryway. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And some deck boards were in the vicinity of where that hit occurred were removed. Is that correct?
Yes.
We also, the dog was taken over and put in a kayak, if I remember correctly, and it in the Caspian pit, it also alerted, is that correct?
Yes,
And you were over the pit as well, able to observe this, correct?
I did not observe it.
You did not, but you heard from your reports or from the officers that's what had happened?
Right.
Now, after the dog hit in the pit, a phone call was made or someone contacted was it the Delta County Dive Team, is that correct, who came over?
Yes,
And they dove in the pit and collected a burn barrel, correct?
they came with their boat and they had a side scan sonar and just so they could view the bottom and the shelf or sides of the pit. One of the divers didn't notice the barrel from the boat actually, and he did dive down and get the barrel.
Okay. Now, maybe I'm confusing this, and if I am, please correct me. And to my reading your reports, it seems that this was not the first barrel that was picked out of this pit. Would that be fair to say?
That is correct.
There was another barrel that was retrieved by Craig Smeester, is that correct?
Yes.
Tell us about that a little bit.
On a separate occasion, we were in another boat with a sonar on another occasion, and there was a barrel that was seen near the shoreline, which was located on the south end of the pit. So, not in the same area. We did have independent divers come and retrieve that barrel at that time.
Now, this Caspian pit, it's a mine pit, correct?
Yes.
And presumably there could be mining equipment, artifacts, and other things from the mining era still in that pit. Would that be a fair assessment?
Yes.
And it's not a swimming beach or by any sorts of means like that. It's not very clean water where people will swim in. Would that be fair to say as well?
I don't know if people swim there.
Sure. But from your observation, I mean, was there a lot of debris and other things, a lot of junk, I should say, that was in this pit? Was there a lot of things that you could observe from the shoreline that people have perhaps thrown in there?
I'm sure there is.
Okay. Might be a better question to ask the diver when he gets here.
Right.
So I'll do that then. Now, also in the summer of 2015, there's some other leads that were followed in this matter. Would that be fair to say? Other things of interest that were investigated?
Yes.
Okay. And one thing I want to bring your attention to was there's a dumpster over in the Iron Mountain area that got reported to you or to your office or someone how made it to your attention. Can you tell us about that?
Sure. So part of the investigation, I wanted to cover more bases. I went to the waste management landfill here, not landfill, but the place where your garbage goes. And I wanted to see if they had any video that I could retrieve from October, November of 2014, because I wanted to make sure that the Cochrans didn't dispose of body parts at the landfill or at waste management. So during the discussion to this video, which they did have, the manager there happened to mention to me about one of the drivers smelling this awful smell from one of the dumpsters around that time. He ended up coming in and we had a discussion about this dumpster, which was actually located in Iron Mountain, near like Super One or Econo Foods, Taco Bell, that area. And he talked about picking up this garbage from this dumpster and bringing it back, or bringing the dumpster back, I believe. They eventually did. So I spoke with him briefly, and he just went on to describe it was a horrible smell. And when they got back, they dumped out the garbage, and he actually at one point thought they were going to see a body part in there. That's how bad it smelled. We did follow up on that, where that garbage was taken, what the date was. There was a discussion as to the possibility of doing a landfill search. Again, we hadn't reviewed the video to see if they had even taken the garbage there. I was able to obtain video from, I believe it was Econo Foods. They did have a camera in the parking lot that you could see part of that dumpster, so that had to be viewed. So there were many steps to follow to see if this landfill thing was something that we needed to check further. And one of those things was when the dogs were up here, the HRD dogs, they did visit that particular dumpster. Of course, this is months after the alleged smell back in, which the driver thought was possibly early November of 2014.
Okay. And to your recollection, did the human remains dogs hit on this dumpster? Did they indicate that there was potentially human remains in this dumpster?
I believe that there was a hit on it.
These dogs were also, I believe, brought over to some spots in Florence County as well. Is that correct?
Not those same dogs.
Not those same dogs, but there were some dogs that were, at one point, I might be going out of order a bit now, but there were some dogs that were brought over to spots in Florence County. Is that correct?
Yes.
And did any of these dogs have any kind of hits over there, to your recollection?
Yes, one of the dogs did have, and I believe it was scent, not like the source, but scent in the air. Of course, they reminded me that this could be if there were any fatal car accidents on the highway in that area, even as many as 20 years ago, they could still be getting scent in the air from that.
Okay, so you just do a little something out there saying that. So even 20 years ago, if there was a fatal car accident, that the dogs could still be sensing that. Fair to say?
Yes.
So even at the Cochran home, the fact that the dog hit there doesn't necessarily tell you when or how or what it was smelling, just the fact that it was smelling something. That'd be fair to say.
That's correct.
I want to take you now to July 2015, when you went down to Indiana, is that correct?
Yes.
And you served a warrant on the Cochrans to collect their DNA, is that correct?
Yes.
And I believe you testified that when you did so, Jason was shaking uncontrollably. Is that fair to say?
He wasn't shaking uncontrollably, but he was shaking a bit.
No, he was obviously nervous. Would that be fair to say?
Yes.
I think his face got red, he was taking gulps.
Yes.
You also served this warrant on Kelly. And how was serving here?
Strong.
You mean strong, I guess.
Just sure of herself and confident.
And you also had a discussion with her this time, is that correct?
Yes.
And you asked her again about where the car was found, correct? Where I should try to specify where Mr. Regan's car was found, is that correct?
Yes.
And she didn't know where the parking ride was at that point, is that fair to say?
I believe she just didn't really answer. You know, just kind of like didn't indicate one way or the other.
And but when you told her where it was, you used the term parking ride. Would that be fair to say you used some other synonym, like carpool lot? The phrase you used was parking ride, to your recollection?
Yes, it could have been.
Okay. Yes. We've got a bit more to go, Your Honor. I don't know how.
Are you switching gears here?
This would probably be a good spot to take a break.
All right, thank you. Members of the jury, we're going to take our new recess. Please return at 1 p.m. Again, a reminder as to who you can talk to and what you can talk about. Please don't do any independent investigations on your own. Visit any of the scenes that you testify to here in this trial. Thank you, excuse.